All right. Almost forgot this is live. All right. First and foremost, I want to thank you guys for being on tonight's Periscope. There are a few things I want to go over. First off, my name is Calvin O'Neill Russell Jr. I'm the CEO and founder of Simply Professional Credit Consultation. Give me 2 seconds while I get some background noise out. I know a lot of people are, going to be joining in and getting the information as much as possible. Thank you guys. Double tap the screen, show some love if you guys can hear me okay. I want to make sure that you guys can hear me okay because I know there's some, the fans on. Oh, perfect. You guys, okay, good to know. Perfect. All right. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. All right. So I met this young lady the other day. And, she said she was trying to, get into, the 850 club, as I call it. All right. And, I know you guys are going to want more information on that as well. Either way. And she's pretty much trying to figure out how to become, how to get the 850 score. We know a lot of people, they have that goal to, get the 850 score. Either way. She says, I said, well, where are you now? Because I'm thinking like normally, someone in her age bracket, which, by the way, she's 26 years old. In her age bracket, the average credit score is anywhere between 650, 720 on the high end. Now, I have seen some higher scores, like in the 740s, 760s, 780s. But a lot of times, it's extremely rare that you're going to see someone in the 800 credit scores. And the reason why I say that, for one, to even get in the 800 bracket, you have to have anywhere between 5 to 8 accounts open, minimum. OK, by the way, for those who don't know me, I am a certified FICO professional as well. OK, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm also an approved partner with bankrate.com. OK, either way. So now when I looked at the situation, I said, OK, she got to have the 5, it's 8 accounts. And then secondly, you have to have an average of 8 to 11 years, an average of 8 to 11 years of credit length history. OK, now, normally, like I said, with the algorithm, it doesn't have to be exactly certain things. But for the most part, you have to have good credit, good habits for a long period of time. OK, 8 years or more normally. OK, and now some of you guys are probably like, well, I thought things only stayed on your credit for I thought things only stayed on your credit report for 7 years. Yes, you are correct. But that's assuming that the account has been closed out. So 7 years after the last activity on that account. Let's say, for example, if you close an account in 2010, OK, then that means in 2017, on the month that you closed it, it should fall off of your report. But let's say that you open up a credit card, let's say in the year 1998. It doesn't matter, 7 years later, when you're talking like 2005, it doesn't matter, what happens then, only because if you have that account open still. OK, now credit reports, you normally show the last 48 payments. OK, whether they were made on time or whatever. All right. I appreciate that. I know you guys are sharing some stuff. Thank you so much. And by the way, guys, if you know anyone that could benefit from this information, please do share it. The information is free. I know it's last minute. I know you guys are probably with your family. It's Labor Day, all that. But, for those who know me, I love to help people as much as I can. So thanks for the love. All right. So let's just jump straight into it. All right. So now, how does she get an 816? Now, first off, I know you guys saw the title. It said, and I know some of you guys, depending on how you found the Periscope, it said that she was a waitress. Now, she is a waitress. The reason why I mentioned waitress is not because of, whether they make a lot of money or whether they don't necessarily make a certain amount of money. I just want to show everyone that income is not the factor here. OK, because a lot of times people, they think that you have to make 6 figures or $80,000 a year, $50,000 a year, which, by the way, her income was not that. But I'm not saying that she could not do it. But what my point is that the average waitress, just think of the average waitress. OK, and I don't want to say what restaurant she works at, because then that's going to kind of narrow it down who she is and things of that sort. But I promise you, it's like, it's a very standard, wait, thanks for the love. I appreciate it. So, but either way, I'm saying that if she can do it, that anyone can do it, not because she's a waitress, but to show you all that income is not a factor in getting your score to 800 and beyond. OK, so let's go ahead and go straight into this. Number one, the first thing that I saw is that she has 8. Hello there, Anointed Wise. I appreciate you being on. Make sure you guys, get the word out there. It's a free call. Hopefully I'll be done in less than 45 minutes. And if you guys are lucky, I may even do a Q&A as well too. I'll answer any questions that you guys have. All right. So either way, She has 8 credit cards, okay, on her account, and 7 of them are open, okay? And I also noticed that one of them was closed, okay? So now one of them, she's actually on the Periscope as well. No, I think she's going to be joining. She said she's going to be joining, so but either way. She's probably going to review it so no one else can see who she is. So, but either way, now she had a Chase credit card back in 2009, and then she closed it in 2010. Okay, so that was one of the 8. But the other ones I'm going to show you guys. It was let's see, it was a Citibank credit card. By the way, all of these cards, most of them are hers. It seems like she only had one when she was an authorized user. Okay, which, by the way, this is where guidance comes in. For many of you that are on the line as parents, you must make sure that if your goal is to help your children have a high credit score, you must know that you must add them as an authorized user. Okay. An authorized user is someone that benefits, from your payment history. Hello, Mr. Zach. Mr. and Mrs. Depp, not sure. So it's just Sherry. Okay, perfect. Oh, great. Everyone's joining on. Perfect. So either way, if you guys can hear me okay, double tap the screen. All right. So I just want to make sure I'm not too loud, not too small. So perfect. All right. So either way, what I noticed was that like I was saying, if you guys are parents, okay, what you want to make sure is that number one is that, thank you so much. Okay, good. I just want to make sure I'm not yelling. You want to make sure that you add your children as authorized users. As I mentioned, authorized users are people that you add to your account and they benefit from your activity. Okay. Now that can be positive and that can also be negative. Okay. Let me give an example. If you are making all of your payments on time, those are good habits. If you are, staying, your utilization, if you're keeping low utilization. Okay. For those of you that don't know what a lot of this credit jargon may mean, you can always, check out my blog at 850club.blogspot.com, or you can go to my website at gosimplypro.com and you'll see under resources where it says blog. Okay. I try to keep everyone informed about everything that's going on. Either way. So an authorized user. So I talked about the payments. I talked about the utilization. Okay. Now also, the flip side, if you're late on those payments, then that's going to show up on your authorized users, credit history as well. So keep in mind, if you have a high balance, if your balance is close to the limit, if you're doing all this type of stuff, you want to make sure that that you are good, creating good habits. And that's exactly what she did. What it looks like, someone added her and this was something basic. It was an Ashley Home Furniture card. Okay. And it had a limit of $5,000. Okay. And she has a 0 balance and she still has that card open. She's had that card open for 2 years. Okay. So once again, we have a $5,000 limit and we have a 0 balance. Banks love to see 0% used, but at the time that she was using it, they like to see payment history. Okay. Now she also has a department store credit card with a $1,400. No, let's go and round it up. It's $1,490 to be exact. It's a $1,500 limit, but she has a $32 balance. Okay. Once again, low utilization. She had this card open since 2010. That's 5 years of on-time payments and 5 years of low utilization. How do you calculate utilization? You take the balance and you divide it by the limit. Okay. And I always go by grade A, B, and C. A grade A is 0% to 9%. That's where she falls into place. Okay. See, the key to credit is to have access to a lot, but not using pretty much none of it. Okay. Banks like to see that. All right. Then you also have grade B is what, we're talking about 10% to 29% utilization. How do you calculate that again? You go by, you take the balance divided by the limit. And then you also have grade C. That's what I call 30% or higher. Okay. So for example, I always give a very easy example. Let's say you have $1,000, you have a credit card with $1,000 limit. So if you want to say 30%, then that means that you want to keep your balance around 300. Now, a lot of people think that you have to carry a balance in order to build your credit. That is incorrect. Okay. The banks are looking. Thank you. Because I know a lot of people don't know that is a myth. I remember, being around people in their 40s and 50s and 60s, and they were telling people, hey, listen, if you want to build your credit, make sure, you just carry a little balance. No, because that's how the bank makes money. The bank makes money because they charge interest on the balance that you carry over. Okay. Okay. A lot of people don't know that. So let's say, for example, if you have $1,000 limit, you have a $300 balance, and they say, hey, you know what? It's time to make the monthly payment. You make the monthly payment, let's say of $35, $25, whatever. They're going to charge interest to that. Okay. And then a portion of your payment is going to go to the principal. That's the amount that you actually borrowed. And then the rest of it's going to go to interest. Okay. So some of you all are making a $25 minimum payment, but you don't even know that only $19, $18, $15, $10 is only going towards that principal. And some of you guys are like, well, I'm making the monthly payments, but it doesn't seem like I'm bringing it down. Listen, guys, you cannot carry a balance. Okay. This is how if you want to know how to use a credit card properly, I wrote it on my blog. Just visit the website at gosimplypro.com. That's GOSIMPLYPRO.com. I apologize. I've always been known to be a fast talker. If you guys can keep up with me, double tap the screen. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So, thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. So now now she also has, let's see here. All right. Now she has another card with Kohl's. I'll say that. All right. Now it has $1,000 limit and a $0 balance. Okay. And once again, she's had this one open since 2013. She has an express card, a $920 limit, but a $162 balance. Okay. So she's keeping all of her balances low. All right. Let's see here. She also has a Discover card, a $3,500 limit. Let me tell you something. Normally when people have high limits, okay, they think that they have to have high balances. You don't have to. You know, in my article that I wrote on my blog at gosimplypro.com, you guys are going to see there's a blog that I wrote, How Do Credit Cards Work? The best thing to do with credit cards is that if you're going to swipe for $30, even if you're going to swipe for $1,000, when that bill comes, try your best to pay it in full. Okay. What happens if you pay your credit card bill in full? Number one, your utilization stays low. Okay. Because you're at 0%. Number two, you don't have to worry about being charged interest because there's nothing that can be charged interest on because there is no balance. Okay. And then number three, you've just done the most important part of building your credit score. 35% of what builds your score comes from payment history. Okay. So knowing that, all the credit bureau is looking for, all the algorithm for FICO, FICO, that's Fair Isaac and Company, the company that actually makes the FICO score. What they're looking for is payment history. Okay. So if you swipe your credit card for $30, $1,000, the bill comes, you pay it in full. Guess what? They're going to report that payment all to the credit bureaus. You don't have to carry a balance. Why carry a balance and be charged interest? Unless you just got a brand new credit card and they had an incentive that you get 0% for the first year or 2 years, whatever, then that's completely different. Okay. By the way, I'm going to do a Periscope, not today, but pretty soon on balance transfers. A lot of people are not sure what balance transfers are. You got to take advantage of it. Okay. So, as I mentioned, she has, oh, great. Okay. Now, what about medical bills? All right. So now real quick, medical bills. Number one, this particular young lady, she did not have any medical bills on her account. Okay. Now, two things about medical bills. Number one, the rule is going to change for Fair Isaac and Company. That's the FICO. I'll just say FICO, the FICO score. The rule is going to change pretty soon. OK, it's actually right now, everyone has access to the FICO 8. The FICO 9 is coming out. With the FICO 9, they're going to give individuals 45 to 90 days. Where before they're going to pretty much what they're doing is what they found. A lot of people that had medical bills on their credit reports, it was actually paid bills that the insurance company just happened to pay a little later. And by the time that they paid it, the hospital or wherever they got the medical work done, they had not received payment yet. So once again, the hospital doesn't care who pays them. They just say, hey, listen, we just haven't been paid yet. So by the time they've already sent that off to the credit bureaus, they probably have already gotten paid. Once again, people don't check their credit reports. So they don't even know that they have medical bills that the insurance company has paid, and it's incorrect information. So now how do you take care of medical bills? Listen, as a FICO certified professional, I must tell you the right way to do things. OK, the best thing that you could do is actually call them and then say, hey, listen, you know what? I'm in the process of, taking care of some things on my credit. Do you guys offer a settlement? A settlement is when you and the creditor come to an agreement. OK, and let's say if you owe them $500 and they say, well, you know what? Do you all offer a settlement? Yeah. We're going to, if you give us $300, what we'll go ahead and waive away the other $200. OK, that's step number one. The problem is Two problems. One, people stop at step number one. Another problem, people don't even go to number one, okay? Because they don't even know that. They say, oh, well, it's just a medical bill. I'm not going to worry about it. No, you should worry about it. Even if it is paid, you want to make sure that you get everything updated, okay? Because things stay on your credit report for 7 years if you don't pay attention to it, all right? So that's the first thing that you do. You can either pay it in full or do a settlement. I always recommend that you try your best to do a settlement, okay? Why pay in full for something that if they're okay with taking a settlement? Just so you know, whether you pay in full or you do a settlement, the collection on your credit report has already done its damage, okay? So if it's already done its damage, then that means that you can't do anything else but to get it off. The only way to get it off, number one, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA, okay, says that they will not remove accurate information. So if you owe a medical bill, if you know you owe the medical bill and you pay the medical bill, all they're going to do is update it from collection to paid collection. Okay. Now, the next step you can do is I always recommend that you ask the creditor, hey, listen, before I pay you in full or I do the settlement, is it okay that you update the credit bureaus that not only did I pay this, but, would you mind removing this off of my report? Only they have the power to do that. Okay. Excuse me. And so now if they do that, that's the easiest way to do it. If they say yes, you always want to make sure, welcome, Tamika. You always want to make sure that you actually jump in and you ask them and say, listen, can you send me that via email, what we agreed to via fax or at least a letter in the mail? Why do you want to do that? Number one, you want to make sure that you guys are on the same page. The second thing that you want to do is that you now are eligible to dispute this. OK, now dispute does not mean deletes. OK, so unruly, did that help at all? Because I'm not done yet. I'm not, OK, perfect. All right, perfect. So I just want to make sure that helped. But that's the first step. The second thing you want to do is you want to dispute it. OK, when you thank you so much. So now when you dispute it, dispute does not mean delete. Disputes means simply investigate. OK, if the creditor cannot come up with proof that you still owe them in 30 days or less, then the credit bureau will remove it. That's the law that they created. OK, because there's a lot of inaccuracies on credit reports and you'd be surprised the information that's out there. OK. So that's how you get, a medical, bill taken care of. Or if you don't feel like doing it yourself, I do offer services. Make sure you visit my site at gosimplypro.com. Take a look at the testimonials. And I've been able to do it, and we've been pretty good doing it so far. OK, so let's move forward. All right. So so she has 8 credit cards. She closed one of them. All right. So she still has 7 of them left. Thank you all so much. Is this helping anyone? That's all I want to know. I just want to make sure, because I don't want to do this if it's not helping. OK, I want to make sure. I get so tired of seeing people that don't have the credit that they want to have. And it's not because they're doing things that they know that they're doing, but a lot of times people don't know what they don't know. OK, so if this is helpful to anyone, just let me know. Double tap the screen. Thank you so much. All right. So now, second page. OK, now she does have student loans, because I know a lot of people say, well, does she have student loans? Absolutely. She most definitely has student loans. I'm going to do another Periscope on how to deal with student loans. OK, but either way, so she does have student loans. It doesn't come out to that much. It actually came out to, I think I added up, it's a little bit under $20,000. I did dispute some of my debts and credit score. It went up 100 points. Congratulations. That's what people want to see. You don't know what you don't know. Absolutely. That's the thing, guys. So now she does have student loans. A lot of time people think that they're the only ones being chased by the student loan mafia. OK, so you're not the only one. OK, thank God I've been blessed to actually pay off my student loans. But because I learned exactly how they work. OK, so either way, so I'll do another Periscope on that too. If you guys want to get any more of this free information, always follow me on, on all via social media. Go Simply Pro is most likely under all of that. But I love giving out free information. OK, Sally Man's the devil. Girl, you ain't lying. So, so that's a whole nother Periscope. I'm telling you, you do everything right. They tell you to go to school, get good grades. And as soon as you get done, it's going to be a good job waiting for you. Even if it is, you still got $40,000, $50,000, $80,000 worth of student loans. That's a whole. Listen, if you guys are interested, watch the documentary Ivory Tower. You're going to be upset, but watch the documentary Ivory Tower. It talks about the business of these colleges and universities, okay? And that's a whole nother subject. So, but either way, so she has student loans. The reason why I brought that up is because her student loans are in deferment, but she is making the payments on time, okay? So she is making, small payments. She's paying $172 a month, but something's better than nothing. You know what I like about this client? is that she's paying on her student loans when she does not have to. A lot of people wait till they graduate 6 months, okay? And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that because everyone's financial situation is different, okay? But she started to make those payments. Why is that? If no one has really sat down and done the math. Now, full time, I work in the automotive industry, okay? I actually work for Nissan Corporation, okay? I've done sales, I've done finance, and of course, I'm doing management now. But no one ever sits down and takes $40,000 and divide that by, a certain amount of months. Whether it's 72 months, which is 6 years, or, 10 years or 30 years. Okay. And a lot of people, they want a low payment, but then they want to get rid of their student loans. If you're paying $100 a month on, $40,000, that's going to take forever to pay off. That's why they don't let you do that. But that's a whole nother story. But my point is that she's making these payments when she does not have to. Okay. Now, you know what I really like about this is that she co-signed for her parents to get a mortgage. Okay, let me rephrase that. She co-signed. This is a 26-year-old. She co-signed for her parents to get a mortgage. Why did she do that? Number one, because she's in a position to do so, okay, because of her credit score, all right? Secondly, the reason why she did it is because, number one, it most definitely, it took her score to a whole nother level, okay? Now, as I mentioned, how do you get to the 800 score bracket? Number one, you have to have 5 to 8 account opens. Okay, 5 to 8 accounts open. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you have to have an average credit length history of 8 years or longer. Okay, and then now the third thing is that you must have a mix of accounts. What do you have? What you call a mix of accounts? You have two different types of accounts that are on your credit report. One is what they call revolving accounts. Revolving accounts are usually credit cards, department store credit cards. It's called revolving because what you owe and what you pay always changes. It always revolves. Okay. Number two. Okay. Does this work for credit repair? Also, I wonder. Absolutely. If you want more information on credit repair, if anyone does, visit my website at gosimplypro.com. Can you get ownership on your credit report? Ownership. I'll answer that. You know what? Give me 2 seconds. 20 years on time. The student loan forgives. No, it is. Here's the thing. As far as the credit report question, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to try my best to try to answer all these questions. But if you want to, and if you go to my website and send me that question, I'll answer it for you. OK, as far as the second question I just got, the loan forgiveness, I'm going to be honest with you. I've never seen what. Just so you guys know, because a lot of people don't know that first off, just for people that wasn't on here earlier, I'm a certified FICO professional. OK, in all of my years of doing this, and by the way, at my job, I look at about 30 to 40 credit applications a day. OK, so in all of my years of doing this, I've never seen loan forgiveness. I've never in my entire life seen loan forgiveness. OK, because think about it. It's not right. It's not fair. Now, because everyone has their own ID on this. But either way, if a person goes to school, someone has to pay for that. OK, because the salary gets, paid by the teachers, things of that sort. OK, everyone wants to get paid. You want to get paid at your job. The teachers should get paid, for theirs as well. So if that's the case, the money has to come from somewhere. The problem is, it's not the fact of student loans. It's the problem is that the amount of money they're giving these kids. OK. First off, and I know I'm trying my best. My wife told me don't go off on a tangent, but I gotta say this: when you're getting a car for $10,000 and everything out the door comes out to, let's say, $12,000. Okay, when you're out the door at $12,000, the bank does not give you a loan for $13,000 because you're financing $12,000. When you're buying a house, you're buying a mortgage. Okay, you're getting a mortgage. When you get, let's say the house is $100,000. Okay. The bank doesn't give you $105,000. OK, why? Because they're giving you what they can put, the collateral, which is the loan itself, on the actual unit itself, which either the car or, the home. So why is it that student loans, because I know people don't never ask this, why is it that with student loans, you only need $10,000, $20,000, whatever, but then they give you $25,000? Why is that? And that's the game that they want you to fall into. And you find it out at the Ivory Tower. OK. Double tap the screen if you guys know, because a lot of people think that, what? They say, Calvin, that makes a lot of sense, because where else do you get refund checks? You don't get refund checks. You get refund checks because they're the devil. That's right. And that's the thing. They give you a $5,000 refund check. And here's another thing. This is another thing people don't think about. They don't check your credit score. They don't care about your income. Now, I'm talking about the 18, 19, 20, 21, 22-year-old, not the person that's older. OK, yes. Thank you so much, Anointed Wise. I appreciate that. So, but they don't check your credit score. They don't check your income. You don't have to get a cosigner. Now, at best, you got to get a Parent Plus loan, right? But you get a $5,000 refund check. You're 19, 18 years old. What are you going to do with that money? They blow it away. Then you get the so-called smart kids and they say, oh, well, I'm paying my rent up. No, it's not your money. But don't include the extra as a cost to live. Oh, you know what? The thing about it is that it's not our money. If they gave us less, we would figure it out. This is not our money. Because you know what they don't have a class on? We're all going out to eat. Oh, perfect. That's the thing. Right. $5,000 refund check, right? And the thing about it is that, no one even adds up what this is going to come out to. If you get $5,000 extra, let's do the math. $5,000, you stay in school. Everyone did, and everyone, you know what? CG 1984, everyone did it. Double tap the screen if this is helping anybody, okay? But either way, and if you get $5,000, let's say a $5,000 refund check, you stay in school 1 year, that's 2 semesters, that's $10,000 a year. You stay 4 years, that's $40,000 just in refund checks, okay? If we would have put that money back into what we owed, we would have been so much lower in debt. You guys getting my point? But see, the problem is not children going to school. The problem is that they're not properly educated on how to pay this stuff back. I didn't learn this stuff until I started working at Nissan, which I had this talk before I went to college. I'm telling you, absolutely. And it's not to say that people shouldn't go, but they should have a game plan on how they're going to pay this stuff off. Okay, because a lot of parents, they say, hey, I told you to go to school, but I didn't tell you I was going to pay for it. So either way, thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So did she have a car loan? Yes, she had a car loan for 3 years. She made every single payment on time. OK. Oh, absolutely. Listen, I would love to speak at your event. It's free of charge. I'll be more than happy to do that for you and have a discount code for your people as well, for my services as well, too. Any way I can help. OK, if this is helping anybody, double tap the screen. I appreciate it so much. All right. So now she did have a car loan. OK. And she had it for 3 years. Thank you guys so much. She had a car loan for 3 years. OK. She made every single payment on time. OK. Thank you. I appreciate that. And that's enough. Like I mentioned, 35% of your credit score comes from on-time payment history. OK. You got to know this stuff, because if you're late one time, that's equivalent to 3 on-time payments. OK. So to get your score back to where it was, a lot of people don't know that. OK. So that's what she did. Number one, she had 8 credit cards. 7 of those 8 were still open. OK. And the oldest credit card looks like she opened it up in 2009. OK, which 2009 minus 2015 was that 6 years. OK. And then she also has student loans. OK. And then so she has the normal stuff that people are doing. But what's the difference? She's never been late since she started her credit history. OK. She's been in file since 2008. OK. So 2008, 2015, that's 7 years of on-time payments. That's number one. Number two, she has, if you're late once, is equal to, thank you. Yeah, I'm telling you, absolutely. So, all right. So now she was never been late. So that's the first thing, is that she had, she's been in file since 2008. So that's a 7-year credit year history, a credit length history. Okay. The second thing, she has a good mix of accounts. She's had an auto loan. She has a mortgage. Just so you know, a mortgage is not needed to get to 800. Okay. Just so you know, a mortgage is not needed to get to 800 and beyond. All right. I've seen it. That's why I know. All right. And then she also has a 7 credit cards. OK, so what is that? That's number 3. That's a good mix of accounts. All right. Then the last thing, inquiries. OK, now I'm going to spend a very short period of time on inquiries. All right. And then we're going to open up for Q&A. If there's no questions, that's fine. Either way, that's fine. I appreciate you guys even being on. I know you guys can be anywhere in the world right now with your family. It's Labor Day, but I saw this information. I had to get it out to you guys. Okay. All right. So either way, inquiries. You have what they call a hard inquiry and a soft inquiry. Okay. Now, a soft inquiry is the stuff that you're getting in the mail. Okay. That's when they say, hey, you've been, approved for this credit card, or hey, you've been approved for this personal loan. Let me tell you something. They're not wasting paper, ink, or stamp. OK, if they're not going to get approved. OK, they're saying based on the information that they had at the time that they sent out the offer, you were already approved. It's a pre-approval because anything can change from the time that they actually send your information through the mail. OK, so I'm ignoring all of those. Oh, well, Tamika, I'm going to tell you that's good and bad depending on not for you, but that's good and bad for some people. Some people need new positive account history. Some people need to stay away from any new accounts. Okay. So of course I can only tell you guys that if I see a personal credit score. Thank you all so much for the love. I appreciate it. Like I said, double tap the screen, if it's helpful. And the reason why I say that, Tamika, is simply because, when people, I've seen clients that they've never had a credit card before, but guess what they do have? They had, I'm so glad you wrote that down. You've never been late. That's the key. I'm telling you, that's the key. Okay. But the thing about it is a lot of people, they're afraid of credit cards. Why are they afraid of credit cards? Don't worry, I'm going to go back to inquiries. They're afraid of credit cards because their parents did not teach them how to use them properly. Guess what? Parents can't teach them what they don't know. Once again, people don't know what they don't know. It's not that they don't want to tell their children. It's just that they're not educated properly on it. Okay. All right. So that's the thing, and she clearly was educated on. Let me tell you something. This young lady had guidance. Okay. She didn't wing it. All right. So that's the thing. Some people need a new credit history. You're absolutely right. So, so either way, I see people know each other on here. That's great. All right. So either way, now soft inquiry, it does not hurt your credit score. I get asked all the time, Calvin, if I check my own credit report, if I check my own credit score, does it hurt my credit? Yes and no. Because a lot of people don't answer correctly. The reason why I say yes, because first off, I want to make sure that you guys understand how to check your credit reports and scores properly. Some people consider, because I've seen people do it, they'll be at my job. I've seen people do it. They'll do it at my job where they'll put their information in because we run credit reports all the time and they'll check to see where they are. They'll do that and they don't even know that that's a hard inquiry. But they call it checking their credit. So they say, Calvin, if I check my credit, does it hurt? It only does not hurt your credit report. It only does not hurt your credit score or report if you actually pay for a service. Okay. I strongly recommend going through myfico.com. That's MYFICO. You can also use Credit Karma. Okay. I'm going to do another Periscope because there's a big difference between FICO and Credit Karma. Okay. Credit Karma use what they call Vantage, not Advantage. Vantage, VANTAGE 3.0. Okay. Vantage 3.0 is competition to FICO. Okay. And it was actually a scoring algorithm created by the three credit bureaus themselves. The three credit bureaus and FICO have nothing to do with each other. FICO is the algorithm. That's the information that goes into the algorithm. It populates a score, and the score is populated based on what's on the credit bureau's information called a credit report. And then based on what's on that report, sorry, my fingers. I don't know why I'm doing that. Either way, but the reason why it was based on the report that actually gives a score based on the algorithm that FICO has provided. Okay. So Vantage 3.0, less than 10% of lenders actually use Vantage 3.0. So your credit unions, your mom and pop finance places. I'm not saying that it's not a good scoring system, but if 9 times out of 10, if you're getting a mortgage, looking for a car, looking for a personal loan, they're looking at your FICO score. So if you want your score, I strongly recommend going to myfico.com. Okay. Or you can also get it through your credit card. Okay. Now on my website at gosimplypro.com, as soon as you go to the website, on the right hand side, you're going to see this guy with his hands up. You actually can click there and it shows you all of the credit cards that come with a free FICO score. Okay. So Discover comes with one. I believe Citibank comes with one. Capital One comes with one, and you get your real FICO score every month. And guess for how much? 0. Okay. So, and that's another trend that they're starting to do, next year. Also, even though I work at Nissan, if you get thank you guys so much. I hope this is helpful. So, by the way, we can't see your facial expressions. Come back into the screen. I'm in the screen. Okay. So I hope you guys can see it. All right. So I know, the thing about Periscope, sometimes, the connection goes in, it goes out, so hopefully this is helping. Is this helping anyone? I hope that I'm assuming by all the double taps is helping someone. Thank you. All right. So, but either way, if you want to get your free report, not the score, if you want to get your free report, it is a real website that exists. It's called, and it's helping. I do. I like to see the hearts, so either way. If you go to www.annualcreditreport.com, that's www.annualcreditreport.com. You can get, every American citizen can pull their 3 credit reports for free. Okay. The reports themselves are free. Okay. Free. Okay. So, but it does not come. Thank you so much. Yep. Annualcreditreport.com. Okay. So It does not come with a score. Okay. So, but it's good. That way, you know, yep, free once a year. Thank you so much. I almost forgot to mention that. Thank you, Tamika. So it's free once a year. You would be surprised at how many people did not even know that this website existed. Okay. And you can get there. You can get it every single time. Some people are like, well, why would I check to see what's on all three? Let me tell you something. Did you know that it costs creditors to report to each credit bureau? That's why you're going to see some things on your Equifax that is not on your TransUnion. Some things that is on your Experian, but it's not on your Equifax. And so, you'll see that. Same thing for collection companies. It costs collection companies because you don't know what you don't know. Don't be stealing my stuff, Tamika. So I'm a hashtag. I'm going to get that trademark. So, but yeah, absolutely. But you don't need, yep. Free from each bureau, correct? Yes. Only if you go to the website, annualcreditreport.com. Okay. If you don't go to that website, listen, here's the thing. See, that's what I'm talking about. So do not go to any site that I have not mentioned. If it's not my FICO, if it's not Credit Karma, if it's not annualcreditreport.com, if it's not Go Simply Pro, which is my site, then I'm telling you because there's a lot of crap that's out there and they're reselling the stuff that you're getting for free, or they're selling you a score that they've come up with and it's not the FICO score, which by the way, 90% of lenders use the FICO score. So because I've seen so many people, they come into the dealership and they say, oh, well, my score is a 680. It's a 650, whatever, because they got it from Credit Karma or whatever with different scoring, method, which by the way, I'm not knocking Credit Karma. Credit Karma is a phenomenal credit tracking tool. It's free. It updates every single week. It's a different scoring algorithm, but the report is right. Okay. So it updates your report. Okay. So a lot of people don't know that. You can get your report. The report is always accurate. Okay. And it updates every single week for free. And you can download it on your phone for free. It's an app. Okay. So it's pretty cool. So, but either way, going back to inquiries. So I talked about soft inquiries. They don't hurt your score. All right. And then you have what they call a hard inquiry. A hard inquiry is when you give someone authorization to run your credit. When you're applying for a loan, you're applying for a credit card, when you are, even sometimes when you're looking for an apartment complex. Okay. Because apartment complex, they have to look at your credit and stuff like that too. By the way, I'm going to do another Periscope on check this out. Double tap the screen. If you did not know that you can get your rent reported on your credit report. Did you all know that? Double tap the screen if you did not know that, okay? You can get your monthly rent that you pay your landlord, okay? I'm telling you, a lot of people don't know this. There's a tool, there's a website called Rent Track, okay? It's called renttrack.com. Now, your landlord has to participate. There is a fee, but you can pay the fee. It's like $5 or something. But what it does is it automatically sends your monthly rent to your credit bureaus every single month that you do it. That is so worth it. You know why? Because that's an on-time account. And guess what? Did they need to run your credit to do that? Not at all. So now, because think about it. People, they're paying their mortgages every single month, right? But the mortgages goes there. So why shouldn't your rent go there? People have been paying rent since they was 18, 19, 20, 21. You're talking, I've been paying rent since I was 18. Okay. So now it wasn't until I got a mortgage when I was, 24 years old. That's 6 years that's 72 months of on-time payments that I did not have. Oh my God. So now I'm telling you, thank you guys. So I'm telling you, this information is out there, but people don't know what they don't know, and they don't know what sites to get it from. But Go Simply Pro will always be there for you. Okay. So either way, so that wraps up how the 26-year-old got, an 816 credit score. Hope this information is helping. Double tap the screens if this information has helped anybody. Share this as well, too. I know a lot of people were probably eating or doing something, washing the dishes, watching the kids. I was told to get a secure credit card will increase my score. How? Okay, so here's the deal. Number one, I do not recommend that you get that credit card before talking to me. Okay. Now, I know she's probably like, well, that's not answering my question. Yes, it can help you, but I need to see, because it's tough for me to say whether it's going to help you. It helps people. Can it help people? Just like some people, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I'm just glad this is helping people. Okay. So the thing about it is that some people don't need another credit card. Okay. Because every time you add on an account, it resets. Thank you. Somebody tells me, right? So either way, thank you, sir. I appreciate it, man. So now, the thing about it is that when you have a certain amount of accounts on your I'm in Chicago, but I do everything over the phone. All of my consultations are done over the phone. Why do I do everything over the phone? Because that makes me a nationwide business. Okay, so when you guys get done, check out the website gosimplypro.com. Look at the testimonials. Okay, and you're going to see that those are real live. Just so you guys know, I'm on an Android. I say that to say that I am not. Yes, I don't. Yes, I'm telling you. So she wouldn't need a card. Okay, but everyone. So that's why good things are for different people. Okay, so either way, okay, I appreciate that. So we'll talk about that for sure. So what you want to do is that you want to make sure that if you're adding all these accounts, it resets your credit length history. Make sure you guys get that website. But it resets your credit length history. Okay. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. So look at my testimonials. So unruly coils, I'm telling you, let me tell you something. I can't for sure say whether it's going to help you or not. Do not apply for that until we talk. Okay. Here's what I'll do for you guys. Everyone that's on this Periscope, if you tell me what the code is, the code is 850 Club. Okay. I'm going to give everyone on this Periscope $25 off of all of my services. Okay. So I have a basic consultation, an advanced, and a premium. Okay. And first off, let me tell you guys something. No one. Well, there are some people that's doing what I'm doing. You can get these services anywhere. But the thing about it is that I follow up with my clients because I want to know exactly if they're doing exactly what I told them to do. Okay. So take a look at my testimonials. Everything's real. The reason why I said I'm on an Android, I'm not on the Apple. I'm not promoting neither one, but I'm saying I don't know how to do Photoshop. So all those testimonial pictures that you guys see on the Instagram and on the website, they're 100% real. Okay. So I get screenshots all the time from people. Code again, 850CLUB. That's 850 Club. Okay. You guys are going to get a $25 discount on any of my packages that you see. And it's not about paying the money. It's more so I want you guys to see yourself where people used to be, and you guys are going to see where they are now. Okay. I had a client, she went from a 597 to a 770 in less than 6 months. A 597 to a 770 in less than 6 months. And she did everything the right way. I don't do anything illegal. Okay. I'm a certified FICO professional. Okay. I don't want to get my certification stripped from me because of that. Okay. So yes, that's the discount code 850 Club. All right. So now, if you guys want to take advantage of that, go to the website and then, give me a call and say, hey, Calvin, you know what? I'm interested in your consultation services because unruly coils, I cannot tell you if that's going to work best for you. Okay. Because we may need to take care of something else before the credit card. Or now here's another thing. Did you know that there's about 20 different types of unsecured credit cards? I don't want you to get the wrong secured credit card. I don't want you to get the wrong secured credit card because there's a lot of them that charge stupid fees. When I say stupid, I'm talking about stupid for two reasons. One, because it's stupid because it's high, and it's stupid because there's no reason to charge these people these fees. Okay. You want to make sure that you get the right credit card. Okay. You want to make sure you get the right companies. And by the way, everyone's situation is different. I have to look at your credit report, and I only do that through consultations. That way you guys, because I would hate to give you the wrong information and you say, well, Calvin said, no. Trust me, my game plans are flawless. Okay. Because I look at 30 to 40 credit applications a day. I'm telling you, I know exactly how to get people to where they need to be. And I've done it. Okay. So I'm going to open up a Q&A. Thank you all so much for being on. So if you got any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and jump in and ask them now. I'll go ahead and ask them on a vague view. And I say vague because I don't know people's situation. Okay, I'm trying to get a home equity loan. However, my credit is keeping me from getting home repairs. Okay. So now with the home equity loan, it's a simple base loan. Okay. But once again, they have to make sure that your credit is where it needs to be. So I need to see your report to tell you exactly how to do it. Because number one, I need to know what bank you're trying to go with because we must find out what score that they are looking for. Some banks they're very tedious. Like Harris Bank here in Chicago, they don't even talk to you if your credit score is a 7, if it's a 719 or below. Just so you know that, okay? Now with FHA, you need a 620, but I know banks that'll deal with you if you're a 580, okay? But depending on what your bank is looking for, you need to find out what your bank is looking for. That way we know exactly where to get your score, okay? So either way. Now I had another client. She went from, she increased her credit score 25 points in 9 days. Okay. So that's my best short time record. Okay. So anyway, is there any other questions, comments, or concerns before we go ahead and wrap up? So we're going to count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This is awesome. Thank you, awesome. Hey, listen, I appreciate it. I do it for you guys. Let me tell you something. What got to me the most is when I used to see so many people come into the dealership, and it wasn't the fact that you're very welcome. It wasn't the fact that, but take advantage of, here's the thing, guys. Yes, GoSimplyPro.com. That's G-O. Yep. So put the go in front of it. GoSimplyPro.com. Take advantage of this discount code. I try to make sure my prices are very competitive and affordable. Okay. Cause I get so tired of seeing people come into the dealership. You're very welcome. I get tired of seeing people come into the dealership, not with a low credit score. That's not what bothers me. What bothers me is the fact that they don't know why it's low. Okay. When people know why it's low and they don't care, then that's fine. But when they don't know why it's low, and that's where I come in. Because think about it. What do you learn about this type of stuff? Right? This is why I'm a certified FICO professional. I took the 3-day course. They've they trained me on how to look at your report and tell you exactly what you need to do step by step. Because you can always Google this stuff and it'll tell you, but you know how Google is. Google, you can say your stomach hurts and it says you're pregnant, right? So that's how Google is, right? So you don't want to do it the Google way. So, but double tap the screen if any of this is making sense. But either way, I'm going to wrap up. Thank you guys so much for being on this broadcast. If you know that this will help anybody, just share it with them. Thank you guys so much. Follow me on Periscope. Follow me on all via social media. I'm going to make sure you guys get all of this information. I love giving out free information, but you need to get a personalized game plan. And that's what I'm known for, guys. Take care. God bless. I'll see you guys over the top. Have a great night. I thought I stopped the broadcast. Have a great night.